Hi, this is Sean.
Hi, this is Isaac.
And this channel's called Wolf Dog Moon. And on today's episode of Wrestling Versus, we're going to call this. And we're going to have this matchup between Randy, the Macho Man Savage, and Randy Orton. Does Randy Orton have a nickname?
Viper.
Okay, the Viper. I'm sorry. So the Viper, Randy Orton. Now, if you like this kind of content, smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more awesome content like this. And ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on more content. And comment down below. Let us know what you think about this. I haven't explained what this video is about, but I will in a second. But if you saw our previous one, which was the Ultimate Warrior versus Brock Lesnar, then you probably will get an idea of what this video is going to be. And so comment down below and share with your friends. Alright, let's get into this. Okay, so today we're going to use these, the premise here is we're going to use these wrestling figures by Mattel, and we're going to discuss a matchup that never happened and never will happen, but we're going to try to book the match and tell you how, right down to maybe even how the finish goes and why. So this is a little bit of a thought experiment, and you're welcome to share your thoughts in the comments down below. Alright, so we got Randy the Macho Man Savage, who is obviously from the era of Hulkamania and back in the 80s and into the 90s, and we're going to be using that as a reference point in terms of this is before he went to WCW. So it's both these wrestlers in their prime or whenever you think that they were the best. So, and then you have Randy Orton, the Viper, and he's a third generation wrestler. The Cowboy Bob Orton was his father, and then his grandfather wrestled before that. So this guy has quite the pedigree, and he's done a lot in the WWE. I don't think he's ever wrestled in any other promotion, right? That's the only promotion he's been in.
I don't think he's done anything else.
So he's only primarily been in the WWE promotion and program, whereas Randy the Macho Man Savage, he was in a promotion, I think, in the Midwest before he ever went to or the, what is it, mountain? What was the Rocky Mountain one? He was in, like, I think some kind of Rocky Mountain wrestling organization. So he was a known entity. Like, he had built himself up as the Randy the Macho Man Savage persona long before he got to the World Wrestling Federation. So he was a big signing for them when he came into the WWF. And I remember his very first match, and we were like, this guy's a badass and he's the real deal. He was doing these double axe handles off the top rope outside the ring to the outside, and then he had this devastating elbow drop and that no one kicked out of. And he also had this beautiful wife, Miss Elizabeth, and he also came down with this very flamboyant costuming and music as if he was some kind of royalty, and he acted like the most macho man that has ever walked the face of the earth. So you have these two epic wrestlers, and so in their, we're going from the premise that in their prime or whenever you think that they were the best. So how I would book this match, so I'm just going to tell you the finish. Now, the Macho Man in this matchup, they're both kind of heels, so, but they've been faces too. So you have both kinds of so there's a few different ways that you could book this match. It could be face versus face, or the Macho Man could be the face and Orton could be the heel, or vice versa. But the finish would be the same in this match. And how I would do the finish is the referee is kind of knocked down and disoriented, and these guys have been battling hard. They've been battling outside the ring and inside the ring, and you know, it's a reasonably long match. They're both getting their stuff in, they're both doing the work and brutalizing each other. And so you get to the point where Orton's down, the referee has been kind of knocked out to the corner. Miss Elizabeth is worried and scared and upset, and the Macho Man climbs up onto the top rope, and he goes to do his elbow smash, and just before he's gonna hit his elbow smash, Orton is able to kind of get somewhat of a RKO off, because that's his special finisher out of nowhere. But he still takes just as much damage from the elbow, so they collide and they're both down. Miss Elizabeth is upset. She slides into the ring. She drags Macho Man over Orton's body. He's kind of comatose, and she drapes one arm over Orton, and then she goes and gets the referee and wakes him up and points to a Macho Man and Orton, and then she slides out of the ring, and 1, 2, 3, Macho Man wins. And so he rolls out of the ring, keeps his title, and him and Miss Elizabeth leave the ring and the ring area, and then you're left with Orton kind of trying to figure out what happened and what went wrong. So that's how I would book this match, and I think that would be a solid way to do it. And I also think that most likely it kind of protects. You understand, the wrestling business, you have to protect two guys like this. So Orton, he lost. He didn't actually lose in a way, but Macho Man he's got Miss Elizabeth, so that gave him the edge, and he's also, it protects his persona. So I don't know what you think, Isaac. Who do you think would win, and what's your opinion on this one?
Okay, so I'd say that would make sense for how the match probably would go for.
So you're saying you would agree with what I said, or how is that how you think the match should go, or do you think that Randy Orton would prevail?
Well, as you said, Macho Man was doing his move at the same time.
Yeah, like basically I mean, you don't have to even do it that way, but if the idea is to protect Orton and Macho Man, but there has to be somebody that's going to win. So that's the thought experiment. So, you know, I would have the Macho Man jump off the top rope to do that devastating elbow, but Orton does these RKOs out of nowhere, and that could be a cool thing, but he goes to do it, and if you understand how the RKO works, it catches the other person by surprise, but usually not in the air. Now, he's caught people in the air, but to me, because the way that Macho Man does the elbow, you're gonna catch the elbow too. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he might be able to kind of sort of try to grab and make it look like, 'cause it's like the way the RKO works is you have to catch the guy's chin on your shoulder. It's really the Stone Cold Stunner, isn't it? So, but it's out of nowhere kind of thing. Or actually, you know what it is more? It's DDP's move, the Diamond Dallas Page. What did he call his finisher?
Diamond Cutter.
Yeah, it's the Diamond Cutter. So excuse me, it's the Diamond Cutter. He just does it out of nowhere and he calls it an RKO. So it's the Diamond Dallas Page, but he would get hit by the elbow too. So essentially both guys are destroying themselves. So they're both out cold. That's what you have to understand. They're both, in the way I'm booking the match, they're both out cold. Miss Elizabeth slides in the ring. She's all upset. She wants this match to be over because of how tough these two guys are, and she's worried for the Macho Man. And she knows that he's so stubborn and manly that he'll never give in. And the referee doesn't notice, and she wants to help her husband so badly that essentially she does the wrong thing, but in her mind she's doing the right thing by dragging his arm over Randy Orton, and because she wants the match to be over, you understand? And so she gets the referee. He wakes up. She's doing a good thing. The referee just thinks, oh, you're trying to wake me up and help me. And so he sees the two guys down, and that Randy the Macho Man Savage has Orton down for a pin, and he slides over and does the 1, 2, 3, and then even the referee's holding his head after the end because he got whacked with a move. He got in between the two wrestlers and it kind of knocked him flying. So that's how I would book this match. And so let us know in the comments down below how you would book this match, or how you think, or who you think is better and would win. So if you're not booking it at all and you're a big Orton fan and you think he would beat Randy the Macho Man Savage, then just let us know that. Or if you think that the Macho Man would just win clean or whatever, like he would beat Orton and Orton would get the RKO finish like I was describing. So let us know down in the comments. And this is just a fun little thought experiment, because obviously, unfortunately, Randy the Macho Man Savage has passed away, and these two guys will never face, and they would never have faced because they're from two different eras. And although you could probably play WWE, one of the wrestling games, the video games, and these two guys could square off, it's going to be whoever's better at playing the video game that's controlling these two guys. So it's ultimately going to come down to a thought experiment, but let us know down in the comments what you think and why. And we hope that this video finds you having an amazing day, and we hope that you have a blessed day. Sign